G'day everyone, Mabuhay and welcome to our channel, Mindoro Farm Life. Well, this is our first video, so I guess it's our launch video for our YouTube channel, which is about the development of our small farm in the provinces in the Philippines, in the province of Oriental Mindoro, hence the name Mindoro Farm Life. My name's Anthony. I'm Australian, in case you can't detect that accent, and together with my partner Mylene, who you won't see in this video but you will see in future videos, so make sure you come back for that because she's very beautiful. We have recently purchased a small farm in Mindoro, in Oriental Mindoro. So I'm a civil engineer. I'm in the oil industry. I've spent most of my life outside of Australia, or most of my adult life outside of Australia. And I was born and raised on a farm in Western Australia, a wheat and sheep farm, mixed farming as they call it there. But I have fallen in love with the Philippines and the Filipino, of course. And Mylene herself, she spent best part of 20 years overseas as an OFW, overseas foreign worker as it's called. And she's finally agreed to return to the Philippines and get started on our farm and get that kicked off. So this channel will be documenting our day-to-day establishment of the farm and all of from the beginning, from finding the property and all of the bureaucracy that goes with purchasing a property in the Philippines. I'm sure you've maybe heard about that. It's quite different to the West. And we're starting with a relatively underdeveloped property. It's not virgin farmland. I mean, it has been used in the past, but it's been neglected somewhat. And we'll be doing things like putting fences around the boundary and building some accommodation. I mean, eventually we'll build a proper house or a permanent, forever home, but for now we will build a house that's good enough for 3 to 4 people full-time and up to 8 or 9 people on occasion. So that's how it works in the Philippines. You often have a family turning up and you have to be able to accommodate 8, 10, even a dozen people. So it'll be able to do that. So the video will chronicle that whole building project, including finding the water from a well. We've got 2 wells already, but there's no pumps or anything set up on them. Using off-grid solar system for electricity, because there is electricity to the farm, but we plan to avoid using it as much as possible. Firstly, it's expensive, and secondly, Oriental Mindoro is especially known for having brownouts. And a brownout is what the Filipinos call a blackout, where the power just goes off. I mean, brownout technically means that it's scheduled. And they actually do have schedules, and I'll tell you when the power's going to go off, but often it just goes off. And you don't know how long it's going off sometimes. So we don't want to be beholden to somebody repairing a power line or a transformer somewhere. So we'll document all of that. I think that's interesting. That the initial build itself it'll just be concrete slab, concrete columns. We'll have a proper septic system, and we'll use bamboo for the actual construction. So it'll be relatively cheap materials, or as cheap as you can get, but good and solid and robust. And I am an engineer. I'm a civil engineer, civil structural engineer. So hopefully I can avoid the pitfalls of a home build project with a little bit of knowledge. So in addition to that, the property itself it's about half populated with coconut trees, and the other couple of other hectares we are going to turn over to calamansi. And so all of the planting and the eventual harvesting and all of the rest of the process of that we'll capture on film, and eventually the channel will document us building all the outbuildings, probably expanding our repertoire of crops, probably moving into animal farming, goats, pigs, chickens, something like that, as well as some of the post-processing of the coconuts and other harvests that we're adding value instead of just harvesting, selling. In the end, we think agribusiness in the Philippines is a pretty upward. I think the government has dedicated a lot of resources, and it's one of Bongbong Marcos's platforms to support agriculture and to really kick the Philippines off and to be self-sustainable in food. So we want to be part of that and take advantage of those programs, of which there are many. So the property itself, we have, I think there's a creek that runs through. I'll show you some pictures of the creek, and it requires us to build a bridge, so that'll be another project that'll come up in the videos. Again, I've already done some design, structural design. It's 50 feet, 15 meters span, so it's single span. It's a pretty decent structure because it's going to have to take at least a car, probably light trucks as well, 3.5 ton truck or something like that needs to be able to support. So it's pretty significant structure. So that's it for now. Short and sweet. In the next video, subsequent videos, I'll explain a little bit about why we chose Mindoro, how we went through the property selection process, and actually how we changed our objective from originally being a residential lot to a small, maybe grow some veggies in the backyard, to bigger and bigger and bigger until we're at where we're at now, and we've actually committed. And we look forward to your suggestions on this video and other videos, and maybe you can learn something from us, maybe not, but we'd like to learn from you, and we'd like to learn from as many sources as possible. So if you want, you can do the usual like, subscribe, share dealio, and that would help us. So we'll see you on the next video, and thanks everyone. Catch you later.